Hi, in this video I want to go over how to reconcile your inventory in PIP, how to print a count sheet that you would be using for items in your lot, and point out a few little tidbits of information in PIP. In the first video you saw how to utilize your scan gun when scanning your inventory, counting your products. People that you have had scanning products have notified you and let you know that they're finished. So what you will do from your Eagle browser, you will launch PIP, which is Physical Inventory Posting. To bring your counts into the grid, you can click either display icon or refresh icon. Here we see everything that was scanned by every user that was using a scan gun. Going from the left to right in PIP, you have a location. These numbers in the location column actually mean something. 02 means this is in Department 2. 200, this is Class 200. This is men's jeans in the clothing department. Coming down, this is Department 1. This is Ag, Class 170. That's a farm battery. You have your SKU number, your description, your shrinkage type. Be sure to use the correct shrinkage type. It will automatically default to shrinkage type P. We have others such as W for weather damage, T for theft, R receiving errors, C counting errors, and B breakage. You have beginning quantity. What does the computer show that you started with? Total quantity counted. How many of you actually counted? Then a very important column we have is a variance column. It's either how many were taken out or how many was added to what the computer said that we had. The average cost variance. How much money is taken out in shrinkage? Or how much are you adding? This is in average cost of the product. Count status. It's going to either be count status 1 or count status N/C, which I will show you in a little bit, for not counted. Counted quantity 1. This is what was counted, and this is also the column where you can make any corrections. Location 1. Only used one location. It's the very same as the location over here on the left. Manual difference. If you corrected any negatives with the manual difference. Updated by. Now this is the users. Here you can see we have a user number 2 and a user number 1. Looks like user 2 is working over there in the jeans. It's working on clothing. Looks like user 1 has been in the automotive batteries. The date posted. This is the date that it was actually scanned, put into PIP. This one, 104/19 at 4:07 p.m. The very right column, add note. You can put a note in here, which I will show you in a little bit. You can put a note in here which will show up in your ITR. That is more or less your movement, and it will tell you if something was taken out. You would have a note there. Why was it taken out? Why was it added? Okay, to make this a little simpler, I'm going to just get rid of user 2 for the purpose of this video. I am going to click on Updated By using your filters. Filter on Updated By, Contains is highlighted, and I'm going to place a 2 in the upper right box. Now, all I have is 2. I'm going to come over above the check marks, and I'm going to select all visible rows. Not all 51 rows, but all visible rows. Come up to the top, click the delete icon.
Yes.
Let's come back, clear all filters. Now, as you see, only have one user. Makes it a little easier to work with. And of course, if another user is currently scanning products, you will not delete that user. Like I said, the variance column is very, very important. You have some items that counts were good. You have some variances. You can go up here in the dark blue and double click where it says variance, and that will bring all of your variances up to the top. See, right now at the bottom we have a total of -4. Total, we are taking out 4 batteries. We are losing $109.94. Now, you would take these variances, double check them. Are you 100% sure that these variances are correct as to what it shows? If not, you can take this one, 0390002. You went over there and double checked. Oh, well, there is 4 instead of 3. Okay, come to counted quantity 1 column, click in there and place a 4. Anytime you change anything in this grid, you must come up here to the top and click the change icon. That is now 4. That line is no longer a variance. Let's assume we have a large list of things. We have a lot of SKUs that are correct. If they're correct, we're not worried about them. We're not concerned. That's a good thing. So let's get rid of those. Let's go up here to the finalize icon. Click on finalize 0 variance items only. And we're going to take out the question marks. And we're going to click run.
Yes.
And click yes. Oh, but they're still here. Click the refresh icon. Well, now you have a smaller grid to work with. All you have now is the variances. Now you ask, are there any batteries in the computer inventory that is not on the shelf, that I did not count? You can go to RPI, launch RPI in your Eagle browser, or just simply use the finalize button. That is in finalize counting. That is simply a link to take you to RPI. Click on open. Find your store's count sheets. I'm working with 2, so it would be 2 count sheets. Open. There's various different ways that you can do a count sheet. A sequence of SKUs from this SKU to this SKU. You can use departments from department to department 6 to department 2 or 6. Class from this class to this class. Or primary vendor to primary vendor. Since all I scanned in was the batteries, I know that primary vendor is 390. I'm going to go into both columns and put in 390. Make sure that you put something in the first column and over here where it says 2. Now come over to the left, click Options. In the top box, which is titled Load Options, we're going to put a check mark in the P where it says Only Load Items with a Quantity on Hand. Leave the check mark in the L. We're going to go to Print Setup. It is now set to Print to A, which is to spool it and then print it. We are going to change that to S for spooler only, so that we're not printing out a lot of unneeded papers. Whenever we are ready, we'll click Run. Refresh PIP. Now we have several SKUs in here that is not counted. So let's use our filters. Hover over where it says Count Status. Right click, filter on Count Status. It says Contains in the upper right box. We're going to put N/C. Click Enter or Apply Filter. Now all we have is everything that is not counted. So it looks like we have a lot of batteries that we have not counted, that we do have a quantity on. We're going to go check these. We check these, found sure enough there's a couple more battery racks that are missing. So you can do two things. Go rescan these with the RF gun, or simply put in the quantities. Now, as I said, anytime you change anything in the PIP grid, you must click the change icon. Watch the location 1 column whenever I change. Everything has been counted. Everything has been changed. We are good. Clear all the filters. We do know that these variances are correct. If we want to, again, double click where it says variance and bring them up to the top. All of these are correct. So we're ready to finalize everything. We will click finalize. Finalize counting. Take out the question marks. Now, one thing before I click run, let's assume you have more than one person's counts in there. You have a couple other people that are out there still counting. You do not want to finalize theirs. So in that case, you would click on 1 or to the right where it says user ID. Put your user ID in there, the ones whose counts you're finalizing, which in this case it's a 1. And click run.
Yes.
That means you will only finalize that person's counts. Refresh. Now you noticed updated by W. Bellis is still in there because I'm the one that loaded that count sheet. Those are not finalized, only user 1. If you wanted to finalize everything, don't put anything in their miscellaneous in the user ID column. Just come remove your question marks and click run.
Yes.
And you will finalize everything in PIP. Then you can refresh and that's all completed, and you know for a fact that that vendor, that class, or that department in your store is 100% accurate. Now at this time we're going to go outside and we're going to do some counting. The RF guns will not reach, meaning they won't get a connection, or you have products out there that are not barcoded, don't have a UPC on there. So in this case, we are going to print a count sheet. So we're going to go to RPI, using this as a link, open number 2's count sheet. We'll take out these vendor question marks because what I want to count, I'm counting the ag department, and I'm going to count the class 120. And over here in the 2 column, I'm going to also put a 120. You can bring your drop down box down, arrow up or arrow down. 120 are T-posts. I want to go to options, put a check mark in P, only load items with a positive quantity on hand. I just want to know, what does the computer show me to have? I'm going to leave the print set up as it is, and I'm going to click run.
Yes.
I'm printing the count sheet. My person or whoever it may be is going out, counting the T-posts, marking down the quantity on the count sheet. They have brought it back to you. They are completed. So you will go into refresh. Count status is not counted, meaning these are loaded into PIP, but in counted quantity 1 there are no quantities. So let's say they came back miraculously, everything was a perfect count. So you will still go into your count status, put the counts in there. By putting them in here, you are updating the date of last physical in IMU to where you can tell when this SKU was last counted. They are all in here. Again, anytime you changed anything in PIP, you must click the change icon. Okay, earlier I mentioned about a note, the 6-foot green with a line top T-post. Let's put a note. Click add note, the note box comes up. Let's say you were taking some out that were bent, a pallet was stolen, what have you, whatever might be the case. For the purposes of this video, I'm just going to put in this was right. Click OK. Now, I still changed something in this grid, so click the change icon. These are all correct. I have my note in there. I'm ready to finalize my T-post. Take out my 2 question marks and click run.
Yes.
And refresh, and they're all gone. They're out of PIP. Now let me show you something. Sometime in the future, something is wrong with these T-posts. I'm going to go look at the movement on these. So from IMU, I'll bring up that SKU. Click your quantity on hand, hyperlink. Oh, well, look, event, RPI, meaning they were counted but no changes was made. Oh, look over here at notes, the note that we put in, this was right. You don't put a note in every SKU. If there's something that you feel like you really need to remember, you took out an adjustment of 200. Why did you take that out? So if you look at it in the future, you'll know that. That is reconciling your inventory in PIP. After using the RF guns, this will really increase the company's inventory, really save the company's dollars. It will increase your store's gross profit by having a lot less shrinkage. Thank you.